It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I am excited for this one. This was a collaboration I did not know that I needed, but now that it happened, I know that I needed it. It's Joyner Lucas, Jelly Roll, Best for Me. This is going to be amazing. Joyner, one of the greatest storytellers in rap, in my opinion. This man's vocabulary, just his overall technical ability to rap is ridiculous. And then you got Jelly Roll, which is one of the most amazing voices in music right now, in my own personal opinion. And someone that I have a lot of respect for because he's shown love to different creators and reaction channels and, the homie Crypt and Crips, you know what I mean? Like, so I got so much love for this man. So let's dive in and let's see what this one's all about.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go?
Woo, stop
How can
it.
we fall apart on things we'll never know?
Yo, right? My man giving me chills. Hold up.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go?
That's a struggle that all of us have been through, except those lucky few that meet their wife in high school, first love, stay together forever, happily ever after. Shout out to you guys, but that's not the majority of us. That's like 1% of people. The rest of us have been through some shit where you love somebody and at some point you have to learn to let them go. And it's extra hard for me because I feel like, me personally, I'm not about the whole, hey, we went out, we dated, fell in love, break up, go separate ways, like neither of us ever existed. I personally don't like that. It's hard. Like, I would love to stay in contact with people. I get that it's not realistic overall because next relationship might feel some type of way about it. It's not saying we got to hang out or anything like that, but just check in once a year, once every, you know what I mean? Like, hey, how you been? Oh, I'm good. Like, what's life been about? Like, I don't know. To me, I just feel like we made this deep connection. And it's just crazy to me that we're just going to pretend that we don't exist anymore afterwards. Now, obviously, depending on how the relationship ended, that can change the way that goes. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of it is you just didn't match. And you found out the hard way down the line and shit happens.
How can we fall apart on things we'll never know? Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay?
Yeah, I got somebody I love, someone who's really important to me, but now they addicted to drugs. Someone who not who they used to be, and we ain't been keeping in touch. I ain't gonna say any names at all, cause I don't want no one to judge. But I wrote the song, I hope when they hear it, they'll never forget who they was. I hope you feeling your spirit enough. I wanna just tell you I love you in case that you really don't hear it as much. I know we ain't talked in a while, but fuck it, I really don't care what it was. I wanna reach out, but you keep on shutting me down, like you ain't been caring as much.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This man's storytelling ability and the way that he presents stuff to you is so next level to me. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I like the visuals on this as well because it kind of it portrays as if the person had passed away, but in reality, at least from what he's saying, it sounds like they're still alive. So this is more so like the version of them that he knew, the version that was close with him is the one that passed away, and now it's this different individual who's the person using the drugs, which is kind of how it feels when you know somebody that goes down that path.
To ask if they'll stay.
Yeah, I got somebody I love, someone who's really important to me, but now they addicted to drugs. Someone who not who they used to be, and we ain't been keeping in touch. I ain't gonna say any names at all, cause I don't want no one to judge. But I wrote the song, I hope when they hear it, they'll never forget who they was. I hope you feeling your spirit enough. I wanna just tell you I love you in case that you really don't hear it as much. I know we ain't talked in a while, but fuck it, I really don't care what it was. I wanna reach out, but you keep on shutting me down, like you ain't been caring as much. What the fuck happened to you? You losing a fight. I never thought I'd see the day that you let addiction ruin your life. Everyone calling that shit a disease and making you feel like you in the right. But I hate the fact that you really be using that as an excuse to do what you like.
Yo, that's a topic. Oh boy, I'm sure there's some people talking about this. Like, there are some people out there that are like, listen, it's an addiction. It's a disease. So it's not their fault. And I understand that to an extent, right? Like, I have a very addictive personality. Some people's personalities are just way more addictive. I feel like if I ever did heroin, I'd never make it out. I feel like I would never make it out. And it's more so that I think I just don't have the willpower to overcome my addictive personality. Like, it's hard enough for me to do with just food. If I find a food I like, I want to eat it every day. And I will go to lengths to get that food. Like, the impulses are strong. And that's just with food. I couldn't imagine if it was something else. But I see. I don't think that it's a disease. I think that it's just it's different for each person. Everybody has a different level of addictive personality. I think that we all kind of have it to an extent, but some people is just such a small amount that it doesn't feel that way, and they can pick up and put things down without a problem. Now, obviously, something like heroin or something like that can alter that, right? Because it's such a strong feeling. It affects your brain in certain ways in such a strong way that inevitably, even if you don't have a very addictive personality, you can become addicted to it. It's hard for me to believe that it's a disease, right? Because if that was the case, like it'd be hard for you to stop doing certain shit like that before you've ever done it. Like, I don't know. Some of it is a choice, right? Like, and I'm not hating on people that go these routes, but I'm just saying at some point in your life, you've decided that I'm going to do this drug. Now, maybe you do have some, I wouldn't say valid reasons, but maybe you've been through some shit, right? Maybe your thought process is I'm going to do this and I'm not going to live anymore. But then you obviously survive it and then now you're addicted, right? Like there's different things that can go into it. Maybe you're so depressed that you're like, I'm willing to try anything. Even if this brings me down this dark path, if it gives me an escape from how I feel, I'm willing to take that risk. Like I can understand some people's reasons, but at the same time, it's still a choice that you're making, especially nowadays. Back in the day, maybe a little bit different, but nowadays, 2024, like, you know what heroin does to you. You know what these drugs do to you, and you choose to go down this path. And so at that point, it's like, I mean, you could call it a disease, but it's your choice to be diseased, if that makes sense, right? Like, and again, I'm not blaming people, and I support people, and I think there's people out there that have beaten it that I have so much respect for, and you guys know who you are. Some of them make music. Sometimes I don't want to name people because I don't know if they want me to name them, even though they may talk about their own struggles in their music. It's their place to do it, not mine. But I have so much respect for somebody that did go down that path and found their way out of it. And a lot of times those people are the ones that end up becoming very successful because they have that drive in them. They have, they have something within them, because beating that is not easy. It's just, I just have a hard time with the whole it's a disease thing. And I do think that, like he said, some people use that as an excuse to do what they want to do, because every time they go back to it, they're like, oh, well, it's a disease. Like I tried, but and it gives them an out. And I don't feel like they should have an out. Like, it needs to be very straightforward. It needs to be realistic. Like, listen, you made a choice. You effed yourself up. You put yourself in a messed up position. Now we've got to get you out of it. Is it easy? Not at all. It might be one of the hardest things that you ever do. It might be harder than anything I've ever personally dealt with in my entire life. So I can't sit here and tell you that I know one way or the other, but I can't give you that out. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm not coming across like a dick, but I just feel like there's a balance to it.
I never thought I'd see the day that you let addiction ruin your life. Everyone calling that shit a disease and making you feel like you in the right. But I hate the fact that you really be using that as an excuse to do what you like or do what you might. And I keep on praying and reaching for you. I hope you look in the mirror and see all the things I've been seeing in you. Hope your reflection will send you a message and show you this shit is much deeper than you. If you don't believe in yourself, then you'll never believe in somebody believing in you. When I gotta tell you the truth. Cause I'm about to lose it, and you in denial about it and just wanna make up a million excuses. Tearing our family apart, but you leave a scar and everyone bruises. Every decision affecting us all, and if you get lost, then everyone loses. For real.
Whew. Okay, we're gonna go back and listen to a little bit more, but when he said, if you don't believe in yourself, then no one else is gonna believe in you, that goes for everybody. Not just people trying to beat drug addiction or anything like that. That goes for everybody. You have to have that belief in yourself first, or there's no reason for anybody else to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be your number one fan. You should be the person that's going to push you the most. And then everybody else kind of just comes along behind that. Now, what this guy's doing right now, taking money and shit like that. I had a friend who, like, he went deep into it, stealing from his family. It got really, really bad. And what's crazy is he was such an intelligent person. I remember him being like top of the class all through elementary school, middle school, and high school. He started to get involved in like bad groups, but he wasn't doing drugs. He was just hanging out, doing a little bit of partying and stuff like that. But still, as far as I know, killing it on the grades, just extremely smart. And then he went down that path, and it just, I feel like he used to be more like upbeat and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain, but now he's just more monotone. At least the last time that I saw him, it's more so just like, yeah, what's going on, man? Oh, okay, that's cool. Like, it stole him. You know what I'm saying? It stole his soul. Like, the person that he was, it feels like. So it's a dangerous, dangerous drug.
About it and just want to make up a million excuses. Tearing our family apart, but you leave a scar and everyone bruises. Every decision affecting us all, and if you get lost, then everyone loses. For real. And I'ma be next to leave. I know that guy got a plan and you ain't fulfilling your destiny. Much as I need you, I will not be sticking around or watching you rest in peace. I promise I love you, but I gotta do what's best for me.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go?
I'm curious if this is a family member, because he said he didn't want to say their name, didn't want to, you know, throw them under the bus, but then he said, you're tearing our family apart. Now, this also could be him talking in a third person perspective, right? Like I did a song called Heroin High, which I made it seem like I was the person doing drugs, but really like I put together a story based around one of my friends. Now, in the end of it, obviously, I made it seem as if the person passed away. My friend didn't pass away, but I was just emphasizing the way that it can go kind of thing. And a lot of people thought that I was talking about myself. And so this right here could be Joyner Lucas talking about an actual friend, could be him talking about a family member, or it could be him talking about a situation that he's seen play out before. And he's kind of talking about it from the family perspective.
How can we fall apart on things we'll never know? Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay?
Look, I know you've been calling for me. You hit on my phone, but I've been alone so long I'm harder to reach. I know you ain't saying any names, but I got a feeling you talking to me. I hate when these demons get in on my soul. I feel like I'm caught in the beast. How do I let go of something I know is bigger and stronger than me? If I could be honest, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not who you want me to be. Nobody is perfect, not even you. So why you keep targeting me? I feel like we can't even have a genuine convo without you starting to preach. I feel like a dog on a leash, it's not what I need. Living that hell, wondering when I gotta leave. Like how can I breathe? How you gonna tell me addiction's not a disease? What do you mean? If it's not a disease, then why has it gotten to me? It's not what it seems. But you always be making me feel like the problem is me. I'm not gonna be who you want me to be. Like God decided for me. And speaking of God, how the fuck you know all of the plans he's got for me? So give me a break. I've been inching away from trying to get out of this dream. I'm drifting away. How come you only there for me when I be trying to get clean? My biggest mistake is me wishing that things were different. I felt like the drugs is made for sinning. That's why I've been stuck in the same position. Fuck.
See, I like this. First of all, again, storytelling is one of the greatest in music, if not the best ever. And shout out to Nas, shout out to everybody else that was really dope at it and is really dope at it. But this man is just on a different level to me. And I like how he plays the other perspective, and he's kind of giving you what the other side may feel like. You know, like, why are you only there when I'm trying to get clean? Obviously, us being on our side may know what we're talking about. Like, hey, like, because that's the only time that you're trying. You know what I'm saying? When you're not trying, why am I going to be there for you? Like, it's devastating. It's hard to watch. It's affecting my life, like different reasons like that. But from their perspective, this is the way that they may feel. And I like how he gives both sides of it.
I'm drifting away. How come you only there for me when I be trying to get clean? My biggest mistake is me wishing that things were different. I felt like the drugs is made for sinning. That's why I've been stuck in the same position. Fuck. I'm falling, but I cannot budge. Been wondering why I'm in love with a strange addiction. And why the fuck you always playing a victim? A lot of this shit that you hate to mention. It sucks that I had to taint your vision. But ain't nothing left for me, so you can just quit addressing me. I guess it's just my destiny. So take me as I am, or let me be. Tired of you stressing me, cause shit I gotta do is best for me.
How can you love someone and learn to let them go?
And that's what that shit can feel like when you're in a situation like that. Like, you try to explain to them why they should get away from it, how you know what I mean? Like, you're willing to help them when they're trying to get clean, all this other stuff. And to you, you're feeling like I'm doing all the right things. And in reality, I would agree with that. Obviously, it depends on the situation. I don't know everybody that's ever helped somebody try to get clean. Everybody's not always going to do all the right things. Some people are going to be, you know, different about it. But if your intentions are good and you're really trying and you're willing to sacrifice your time, a lot of your life and all this kind of stuff to be there for them on a daily basis, help them stay busy, help them, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing all the right things, but they may look at it so differently than you, whereas you think like, you don't understand how much I'm sacrificing to be here for you. And they may look at it like, why are you judging me? Why are you constantly, you know, this or that, the third, like, accept me for who I am. Like, and it just becomes very defeating as the person who's trying to help them, because you start to think like, is there even a point? Like, is there a point to this? Like, are we ever going to get anywhere?
How can we fall apart on things we'll never know?
This is a beautiful song.
Isn't it funny you can change your ways for someone to fill in your empty space? Tell me, is it really love if you have to ask if they'll stay? How can you love someone and learn to let them go?
Bro, Jelly Roll giving me chills.
How can we fall apart on things we'll never know?
Bro, that shit got me. I got chills. I literally got chills. Jelly Roll was the perfect person to put on this hook. Like the perfect person. I'm so happy to see that this collaboration happened. I hope that this gives Jelly Roll that many more looks. Like my man's already been doing good and growing and pulling numbers and touring, and he's already on point. But like this was big. This was definitely big. And this might be one of my favorite songs that I've heard so far off the Not Now I'm Busy album, to be completely real with you. This one and the one, was it called My Brother, or where he talked about like bro, my bro, or broski, something about the bro, where it's like the person that like is supposed to be your right hand man, but in all reality they just really want something out of you. That shit was amazing. But that and this, probably my two favorite by far. This was unbelievable. I feel like I had so much shit to talk about. We're probably at like, yeah, we're at 15, 16 minutes on the reaction. This is wild. My bad. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Comment down below. Let me know your stories, all the shit. I want to know. If you've beaten something, talk about it, because I'm proud of you. Everybody should be proud of you. If you're still trying to beat something, I'm proud of you, because you're trying. That's all that matters. As long as you're trying, it's I can get behind it. It's the people that are just like, I don't want to try, or I don't want to get clean, or I don't really care how it affects people. Like, this is what I want to do with my life. Those are the only people that I don't have respect for. And you know, I can understand that you're in a bad spot. I can understand that. And I can feel for it, but I don't respect it. I respect those that actually want to try to put their best foot forward and give it a shot and try and all that stuff. So shout out to you guys. You're stronger than me, and I have a lot of respect for that. So take it easy, stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one, homie.